Oh, a microphony.
And a phony at the mic.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
The Doctor of Discernment is now online.
You know, much like my show, in that it's a local reaction to things that are happening on a federal level.
Dispensing a daily dose of common sense. No prescription required.
Wow, do I have a boatload of stuff for you, from the crazy to the absurd. Let's start getting into it because, I mean, it is bizarro world out there. And I say, if it's obvious to me, should be obvious to everybody. Oh, wow. Who could have seen this coming?
This is the Fourth Hour with Greg Belfrage.
Hold on to your butts.
Broadcasting from my basement bunker beneath Kettle Radio. Welcome to the Fourth Hour with Greg Belfrage. And a big thank you to all of you who have been sending me messages and wishing me a happy birthday. Yes, it is my birthday today. And everybody's been really wonderful about it. I appreciate it. So let's dive back into news. Take a look at what is going on this morning. A lot of it is regarding California and Governor Gavin Newsom and his reaction to what's going on. Also, the mayor of Los Angeles, Karen Bass. So you have got who's the reaction here from? This is Moses Castillo, a former Los Angeles detective, saying that Karen Bass was too late in calling for order to be restored. Said she's now trying to play catch up. I think she would have been if she had been very more forceful in the beginning, that we're not going to tolerate these crimes and allow police officers to do their job and arrest people on site. I think it would have been different. Instead, she's now saying that these crimes would not be tolerated. Looting would not be tolerated. It's too little, too late. So Castillo said he thinks both sides are using the violent protest to attack each other. Is that true? What's your perspective on that? I'd appreciate your comments. Feel free to leave your comments. Is it just both sides attacking each other that we're seeing here? I get pretty set that I have no tolerance for the lawlessness and no tolerance for the politicians who will allow this lawlessness. So is Trump maybe a little bit out on the edge? Yeah, he's going to be. But if you're going to be on the edge, would you rather be on the edge in favor of protecting people and law and order, or on the other side and, we got to let these people protest? And I mean, to me, that's a really clear line. And it's pretty amazing how the left is always on the wrong side of the line. So Castillo said, I believe both sides, the president, Gavin Newsom, are using the media waves to attack one another. To me, that's like going back to high school, really. I think they wanted to do it. Come to the table. Let's have a face-to-face. Let's have a meeting. Let's hash out the issues. Let's find solutions. Is Governor Newsom that guy? Is he willing to do that? See, I don't know. I think Donald Trump is. I mean, Donald Trump right now is negotiating with China. He's negotiating with all of these countries, negotiating with Great Britain, the European Union on trade issues, all of this, trying to negotiate with Iran. You got all of that. Gavin Newsom, he strike you like a guy that wants to negotiate. I think, is there a burden on the president to at least try? That's what he seems to be making the argument. I don't know that Gavin Newsom is that reasonable kind of person that he is going to be able to set aside what's going on right now. Victor Davis Hanson is somebody that I really greatly admire. I mentioned this to you a number of times, and there's a piece at Town Hall, and you've got to watch this video. It's about a minute and a half, but it's well worth the time as he's talking about what's going on with Gavin Newsom.
But here's what's interesting. The mayor, Karen Bass, came down in her public comments on the side of the protesters who were protesting the idea of deportation at all, kind of like Kamala Harris used to march against deportation.
Yep.
And Gavin Newsom then gave a series of editorializations that I think have ruined his chances ever to be a serious national candidate. He said this was chaotic. This was reckless. And he said that they were just trying to have an arbitrary deportation quota. Gavin, 12 million people came into the country illegally. That was 3 million a year. That was 250,000 per month. That was over 8,000 a day. They have not been able to deport more than 1,000 on most days, sometimes 500. They would have to deport 8,000 people every single day for 4 years to get back where we were with 20 million illegal aliens when Joe Biden entered office. So it's not a quota, it's an effort to stop an invasion. And it's a very funny invasion because now Gavin is mad that they nationalized the California Guard. Trump has that ability. And people said, no president, they have to request it. No, they don't. You think that JFK said to George Wallace when he nationalized the Alabama National Guard, said, would you please let us nationalize your guard so you can be removed from stopping African-American people going to the University of Alabama? No.
No. And I, one of the things I appreciate this about Victor Davis Hanson, first of all, the guy, his thinking is just, he takes complex things and makes them simple. And I think the greatest minds always do. They take really complex issues, and concepts, and they make them simple and understandable. And Victor Davis Hanson is just one of the best at it. And he lays it out there just so simply, so easily. And it's just amazing. So let's go to the New York Post. There's some other New York Post largely is promoting Podforce One. This is Miranda Devine and her new podcast, and she is associated with the New York Post, and it's like story after story after story that they had about her debut podcast where the president's on. So this just a brief portion.
Especially, I know how much you have on your plate. I don't know. How do you juggle it all? You've got wars. You've got big, beautiful.
I got lots of war and peace. I have, and I have you. And I heard it was your first. So this is your first. That's an honor to be on your show.
Thank you. So
see, I just think Trump is really gracious. I know some of you don't believe that. Okay. What else? Oh. Yeah, these protesters, they're refusing to get out of the way of this woman who's trying to get to work. And she's begging them, get out of the way. She's in her car. She's gotten out of her car. She's trying to get them to get out of the way. Just absolutely incredible. Yeah, there it is, Podforce One. And there's Trump telling Podforce One, Trump reveals his kids have a future in politics. Trump on Miranda Devine's podcast. Yeah, they moved them down from where they were. They were right up at the top of the page a few minutes ago. So they're shuffling things around. See, these are some of the things that I like at the New York Post. Who has the best fast food French fries? I haven't looked at this. In-N-Out Burger topped the list. We have no In-N-Out. Where's the nearest In-N-Out burger to our part of the world? Shake Shack. A lot of these places we don't have access to. I figured. Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers. Now, we do have that. They do have a location in Sioux Falls over on the east side, actually, because I have been there, and I don't want to say a lot, but I've been there several times. Zaxby's, Arby's, Hardee's. I do like Hardee's. I have found myself going into Hardee's recently, even knowing that I shouldn't. This is not good for me. Anyway, there on the top, French fries, In-N-Out Burger, Shake Shack, Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers, Bojangles, Chick-fil-A, Raising Cane. See a lot of these just not around here. Zaxby's, Arby's, Hardee's. But I do love French fries. Let's see what else. There was some other. Oh, this guy. This one I wanted to show you. Despicable Me. This is one of the protesters arrested for his homemade tactical suit, including a leaf blower. Somebody referred to him as a bad cosplay of a minion. If you've ever seen Despicable Me, the Minions, this guy does look kind of like him. So anyway, that's at the New York Post today. Then there was one other story, and this is a little bit heavier. I wanted to share this with you as well. Thomas Crooks, remember the guy who tried to kill the president? There's a new report out, and claiming that Crooks eventually that he descended literally into madness, and even his father talking about noticing some things, some very different things about him prior to the assassination attempt. So he started having conversations with someone who wasn't there. This is what his father said. He was talking to somebody. Nobody was there. And you're getting then people who knew Crooks personally, and there seems to be agreement that the guy he was having mental health issues. The only time he had been into trouble prior to the shooting, was for chewing gum at lunchtime in middle school. Guy was smart. Look at this. SAT score, 1530 out of a possible 1600. So intelligence was obviously there. But according to the New York Times, his behavior aligned with a long family history of mental health and drug issues. According to this, he's a really intelligent kid. This is an instructor who had taught him engineering and said, I thought he would be able to do whatever he wanted. I'm sure he would have. He would have. But aren't you amazed how little information we have received about him? And this story is at One America News Network if you want to find it. Just go to OANN.com, One America News Network. So go to their website and you can find some more information on that there. But, this is a kid that really should have been able to. And he was brilliant. He was also kind of disturbed. Okay, I'm taking a look at some of your comments. I want to thank Gene Young is here. Gino! It's Gene the Trivia Machine is on Facebook. Gene said, happy birthday. Sorry to be late with the birthday wishes. He's saying, have an awesome day. Yeah, my dad is buying me lunch today. My dad is still around. His dad's buying me lunch. I'm looking forward to that. So thanks to all of you who have been wishing me a happy birthday. I think Melissa did the same. Oh, Melissa, you people are too kind. Anyway, pretty Victor Davis Hanson, that guy's incredible. At least I've always thought so. I think he brings so much. And again, you listen to folks that are really intelligent. I think Jonathan Turley is another one of those people. Not me. He takes complex legal issues and makes them understandable to somebody like me who's never been to law school, doesn't understand the law. I'm just a regular guy. But he takes those issues and he boils them down. And I think Victor Davis Hanson is that on an even larger scale. I just really have admired him. You know, as we were talking about podcasts on the air this morning, and you know, your favorite podcasts, that podcast that he's doing, I've got to subscribe to that and start listening. I just think there would be that I could learn so much, and maybe that would be something for me on my daily walk. As I enjoy listening to things while I'm walking, and I'm a subscriber to Audible, but I would download it and listen to his podcast. It'd be something I think worthwhile. Anyway, we're going to leave it there for today. You made it to the end of the video. Thank you. It means you are part of my gallery of champions. I want to throw the special salute to the Bunker Brigade who are here each and every day. My thanks to all of you. We've listed some of you. Very much appreciated. Hit that like button before you leave. I would appreciate you even more. So we'll leave it there for today. Thank you so much for letting me join you both on the morning show as well as here. You guys, some of you devote so much time with, spend so much time with me each day. And I really am grateful. So take care. Until tomorrow, I'm underground and gone.